Hey, good morning everybody, Stevie here from Never Too Late to Travel. This morning here at the Thai and Chinese Cultural Centre in Udon Thani, and heard a little bit about this place, and having a spare morning thought I'd go and have a walk around, so I'll invite you to take this little tour with us. Firstly, going to stop at the little restaurant inside and have a coffee before we start the walk. So we'll begin the walk from there. As we enter the cultural centre, we'll have a place here where we actually have already checked in, temperature check, etc. And immediately to our right we have the entrance to a small interesting cafe. And these are just a couple of the high relief sculptures which depict the great legends of China, and we'll see more of those as we go around the gardens. Interesting small cafe with a few artifacts from China. You can get the coffee and the cold drinks and a few snacks. Nice photograph corner, you can sit and take some interesting pictures, and nice coffee bar there in Chinese style. And the wife already taking pictures of her coffee, and has already ordered some dim sum and a cappuccino before I start walking around. So now leaving the cafe, must say I enjoyed the cappuccino and the dim sum, and we'll gradually follow the path around, and I'll show you what this place has to offer you should you be in the area. Striking small Chinese style bridge there with some magnificent golden carp. And a large hall here on the right hand side they use for special occasions and events. And a large stage area there with a few Chinese artifacts. Nice interesting rickshaw, and some nice backdrops that you can actually sit and take pictures at. Some different style dresses there as an exhibition, which is quite colourful. And we have a young lady here painting some tourist souvenirs. Looks to be very delicate work, so I won't disturb her too much. I believe you can actually sit around with her and do some painting yourself. Again for Songkran, very surprised that there are not many more tourists here, just a handful, and a lot more of the koi carp here. Absolutely wonderful, really big specimens. And the pond area here, decorated with Chinese auspicious plants such as the dragon beard and weeping willow and black bamboo. And as we walk around, you'll walk around the pool area, you'll find these highly decorated relief sculptures. As I previously said, they tell the story of the 24 great legends of China. Built to be a source of history for the next generation of Thai and Chinese descendants, and I believe the first stone of this complex was laid in 2009, and the building's completed in 2013. Nice little souvenir shops here. You can buy different objects from small to miniature, and going up in size to the larger items. Look to be some very interesting figures here. There are some other interesting buildings within the complex here. We will be going to the Chinese Thai Museum shortly, and there is also another room in celebration of His Royal Highness the King, from when I believe he was the Chief Prosecutor working in the courts in Udon Thani. Beautiful shrine here, full of red and gold, typical Chinese style. And as you can see in the front there, this pond extends quite a large area of the complex and goes right round to the back. And again, more relief sculptures of the 24 great legends of China, which is quite interesting, and some fantastic wall paintings. I must say these relief sculptures are really well presented. Very intricate work. It must have taken them hours to actually do these. The whole complex is kept in an immaculate condition and well decorated and maintained, and a real pleasure to be walking around. And at the end of the day, it's free admission, so there's no reason that if you're in the area that you wouldn't call in and have a look for yourself. This is the entrance to the Cultural Museum, and we'll be going in there a little bit later on. It's a very relaxing area to be in, so a very pleasant experience to find some peace and quiet in the middle of Udon Thani. And this room here is dedicated to His Royal Highness Rama X, the beloved King of Thailand. I'm led to believe that His Royal Highness spent some time in Udon Thani in the Chief Prosecutor's Office, and this is in celebration of his time spent in the province. At the rear here, beautiful water features with more fish. Some different types of fish there other than the koi carp. And with many Chinese gardens, you'll always find the red lanterns. More relief sculptures, and this wall here leading directly onto the water features. You'll find many people here during the day taking pictures with the wall as a backdrop to the water. Lovely views there with the bamboo and the weeping willow, and coming up here on the left hand side we have the Ping An tea shop, and I believe that you can take part in the tea making ceremonies here. Some very interesting Chinese teapots. here. Obviously different styles for different events. Not entirely sure of the significance of design, but very nice to see them laid out for the people that do understand them. So from here we'll gradually make our way around to the Thai and Chinese museum, and a couple of people here in typical Chinese dress. Free admission into the museum. And obviously the museum here is going to be a great source of learning for the Thai people of Chinese descent, and I believe that the museum goes back in the history some over 100 years. So quite an interesting place to visit, and would take more than a little bit of time than we have to actually go around and look at everything in depth. Beautiful exhibitions inside of different models, and interesting photographs of how the Chinese first came to Udon Thani, and the relationship development over the years. Starting from small shops and developing to enterprising businesses. Exhibitions very well laid out, and all the information that you require is in Chinese, Thai, and also English. To actually explore the museum in depth, it would probably take you about an hour and a half to look at everything. There is so much to read and so much to see, and it's very informative. They have some nice video screens where you can see some of the past history of the Thai and Chinese cultural beginnings. This is fake money that is left as offerings along with food for the different religious shrines. And here we have a selection of some of the dragon heads. I'm sure that many people have seen some of the Chinese dragon dances that happen periodically throughout the year. And we both have the different types of masks here, and also some of the heads of the dragon. There's a fine example of one of the dragons used in the dragon dance, and it shows you the makeup here of the head, starting with the basic wire format, and then filled in around. And this is all about Confucius. Personally, I don't know a lot about Confucius and who he was, but he obviously takes a large part of the exhibition within the museum. I only know that Confucius was a very, very influential philosopher, a poet, and also a politician. And a lot of his teachings are being preserved on creating ethical models of family interaction and setting some educational standards. So obviously a lot of the museum is dedicated to Confucius and some of the educational and moral standards that he believed in. Even today, still very, very respected in Chinese culture. If you wish to know more about Confucius, it'd be worthwhile to come down here and to the museum and spend an hour or so and read all the displayed literature. I'm sure that you'll find it quite interesting and also learn a lot in the process. And here we have an exhibition that states that music refines the mind. And some of these models, as I previously mentioned, look very, very lifelike, and you have to get up close to see that they're actually models. From a distance, you could mistake them for the real thing. The ceiling here is absolutely fantastic, with the dragon suspended above my head, and surrounded by this kind of mosaic style ceiling. Absolutely fantastic. Beautifully presented. Everything here is immaculate. So I must say, the museum absolutely fascinating, full of history and interesting content, and really nice place to visit. Again, as we leave the museum there, fantastic dragon head. So having left the museum, we'll cross the road here. They have some quite an interesting Chinese garden. We'll have a walk across there. And again, more highly decorated garden area, and I believe in this area there is also a small hall with a stage that they use for special events. We'll have a walk around and see if we can find it. Yeah, friendly little dog there, come to say hello. Very peaceful place to come and visit and just chill out for a couple of hours and sit by the lake and have a snack and a drink. And finally, just across the road here from the Thai and Chinese Cultural Museum, the stage area, and absolutely fantastic views of the lake. I don't know the significance of the 39, which is portrayed at the side of this stage, but obviously in Chinese there will be some reason for displaying that number. Well, I'm sure that you'll all agree with me. It's a very interesting place to visit, and an awful lot to see. And not only colourful and well presented, but full of history for Thai of Chinese descent. So really happy that I came here to have a look. It was only time. It cost me nothing to come in and spend a couple of hours here, apart from the coffee and the excellent dim sum I had in the cafe. Absolutely fantastic afternoon. So we'll draw this video to an end, my friends. So my friends, that brings us to the end of our walk around the Thai and Chinese cultural centre here in Udon Thani. I hope you've enjoyed the walk as much as I have, and please don't forget to subscribe and make comments should you deem it appropriate, and please don't forget to support me on the next video. So with that, we'll say goodbye to the Thai Cultural Centre here in Udon Thani, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.